Guys, this is Ash from inspector-training.com, and in part two of API 580 risk-based inspection examination, RBI, we are going to go through the tutorial. This is the first document that you see once you have been directed to your desktop or if you are doing a remote proctoring. The exam, that means from the comfort of your home or office. Just after you have gone through the security check that uh, they will ask you about your government issued photo ID. Make sure that this is valid. Otherwise, the exam would be stopped and it would be as good as failing the exam. And it would be a no show uh, for you. So you can do the exam. So government issued photo ID. They'll ask you some security question. It will be valid, and um, they will ask you. They take a picture of you. They ask you to empty your pocket. If you're doing it from home, you have to turn your laptop around. Your video should be on your camera, so the invigilator can watch you. Nobody allowed to enter the room. The same thing happens at the prometric test center if you opt for it, but I mean, if you have this option, so why not do it from your home or your office rather than walking to a prometric test center and going through the same thing? It's a lot easier. So, okay, after you've been directed to your desk, or if you're home, you are allowed to continue and after the security check and you get connected to the uh, Prometric website and the exam pops up. So it asks you that you are attending API 580 risk-based inspection examination, and this your name is so and so. Once you confirm that, it takes you to the tutorial, and it's good to spend a few minutes on this, and it's even better to do it right before now before the exam, because it takes the stress off you, so you know what is this about. So you know what options are available to you during the exam, how the cursor and the icons work and all that. And that's why we are going through that here. Uh, so once you see this, uh, this is what you see normally, but it's slightly different in the sense that the test would be 580, not 510, and your candidate name would be here rather than this candidate name. This is just a sample. And then on the top, you have so on the left-hand corner, you have the name of the exam, which is API 580. On the right-hand side, you have your name there. And then in the middle, you have the time remaining, which is one, in this case, it's like 10 minutes or whatever. But then the actual exam is 195 minutes. So you can finish the section, which means ask you once again if you want to finish this part, the tutorial, and you say yes, it takes you to actual exam, and then the clock starts ticking, and it's 195 minutes for 90 questions that you have to answer. And it also tells you at which question you are. On the left side, you see this green boxes. So when it's green, that means you haven't yet attempted or answered the question. Once you answer it, you choose answer, it turns to a dark, say almost black box. And the arrow here, as you can see on the box, it shows that this is you're at question number 2. Okay, so that's what question you are in. And there is a next button on everything. So once you answer the question, you go to the next. And if you ask for translation, there is 3 more languages available for bilingual, Korean, Chinese, and Spanish. So the exam would be in two languages. I mean, English being the primary. Next, you can see the time remaining. This ticking on the top. You always see this. So if you cannot pause the exam, the minute the exam starts, the clock starts ticking, and the exam is concluded, completed, or finished. Either you run out of time or you finish the exam earlier by clicking finish this section. Okay. So if you go to toilet, go for drinking water, you leave the room, either promistic or test center or remote proctoring, whichever way from your home or your office, you still go through the same security check. Government photo issued ID, driving license, you have to show again. You have to take a vigilator's permission to leave the room. Nobody can enter the room if you're at home or office. And they ask you about same security. They see that you're actually the same person. You're resuming the exam, that sort of thing. So it's taking off your time. So it's always better to not use the time for the exam for going to toilet or drinking water. Do all this before the exam if you can avoid it. Okay? Because that's coming off your time. And there would be a box up here that you have 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes remaining. So they give you alert. So the minute the time is up, the exam automatically stops, and that's it. Even if you didn't answer some questions, doesn't matter. That's what it is. So with all these alerts and all that, if you are 30 minutes away, I would suggest, or 15 minutes away, I would suggest that by that time you have completed all the questions, and then you go to flagged up question. The question you are in doubt, I will tell you where that you can find the flag of what. And now the cursor works same way as this. You can see the cursor here, the mouse. You can move it around, same as any other laptop or desktop. And if it's a page is where the question, if it is too long, it says this page requires scrolling, so it warns you, so you need to scroll down and see the whole question and the choices as answers, possible answers. There is a remote calculator icon here, as you can see. And if you click on that, you need it for calculation. I don't think you need, most likely you wouldn't need anything for calculation, but still you have a non-scientific calculator like this, it will appear. And then if you click on this part on the cross on the X, then it will disappear. Then so you have four icons here. This arrow means that on the box, if it turns into arrow, that means that's the question you are actually attempting. That's your question asked. If you answer the question, it turns black. If you haven't answered the question, it just remains a box, green. And if you flagged up question, it remains there is a flag inside the question. Say question number 29 is flagged. 28 hasn't been answered. You are at question 27 and you have answered. You are at question 26 and you have answered question 27. 28 has not been attempted or answered yet, so it remains green, and 29 has been flagged off. Okay, you better answer it because there is no negative marking. So in case you run out of time, at least you have answered all the question, increasing your chances. And if there is a weed you see here, that means there is more question that you click, you see more questions. If you answer a question, choose an answer. Say in this case C, you can see that all others are white and this one turns color into yellowish. So you know this is the question you have answered. And if there is multi-choice, they always say here, select two that apply, then you have to use answer two You choose two answers. In this case, A and D were selected. If you want deselect, you can again click on one of them, say A, and it turns white. And then you can click on B and it turns yellow. So you can select or deselect by clicking on those boxes of answers. I don't think there is hardly any multi-choice question. And drag and drop, if such a thing happens, then you need to keep the cursor on the box, say on December, and pull it down to the month of the year, same for June, and then again put the cursor on horse and dog, and then one by one put it down to drag it to the and drop it at animal section box, and this is what you will see. So it's a drag and drop. And if you want to connect the dot, so you click say on dog, and then click on canine. So that will connect dog to canine. If you want to if you change your mind, you want to connect dog to feline, then you click on canine again, and then click on feline, and it will connect the dog to feline. So that's how it works. Again, this is a very important flag of things that you have got on every question. This icon. If you click on this, the question will be flagged up like this. So I would suggest that if you are in doubt with any question, you answer it nevertheless, that there is no negative marking, flag it off, and at the end, say 15 minutes, 20 minutes before the exam finishes, you go through the flagged up question and see that did you chose the best answer to the best of your ability or not. Now, if you put the cursor on a piece of cube on the board and keep dragging it, it would highlight that part. You might want to use it if in case you want to concentrate on a part of the question. And the next option you have is that, for example, you have 4 answers and you don't know which one is correct, but you know, say, A and C is absolutely wrong. So you put the cursor on the box and right click. If you right click, it strike it off. It doesn't select it. It actually strikes off that question. And you can see that it's been stricken off. So A and C. So you can concentrate on the 2, B and D, and choose the best answer according to your best ability. You have a comment section. You can leave a comment here. If you click on this page opens, and you can put a comment if you want to challenge the question or leave some comments or reviews. But remember that this is coming off your time. The time is not stopping if you are putting some comments. And the last one, once you there is a section review with this icon. If you click on this, and I would suggest that you filter it by unattempted question. You click on unattempted just to make absolutely sure that there is no question left unanswered or unattempted. So it's 0 because there is no negative marking. So, and then once you make sure that all question has been answered, all are black, and there is nothing left in unattempted section, then you click on flag question and filter it by flag question. And as you can see here, 7 and 15 has been answered but flagged. So go through this question last 15-20 minutes to see that, and a peace of mind that you're not panicking, because you're short of time and all that. So see that you read it once again and see that did you answer it correctly or not, or you want to change your answer. And if the time runs out, as I said, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, you receive an alert that your time is up. It's going to be up very soon. But if you want to finish this section earlier or the exam earlier, you click on finish section, and which I do not recommend. It will ask you if you haven't answered the question, say you haven't answered, time is still remaining, you want to finish the section. And if you click, yes, I would like to finish the section, it will ask you once again. If you finish, you will not be able to return to this section. and still you click on finish section, so your exam is concluded. So the time is allocated time is 195 minutes, or if you finish the section or you decide to finish. This is the end of the tutorial conclusion. And if you have any question, you can contact us at inspector-training.com. We have a WhatsApp line. Thank you.